Look at your last receipt from the pharmacy, the one for the pain reliever. Whatever you paid too much, not by a little, often by 400%. And the worst part is this. The cheaper bottle sitting right next to it on the shelf was required by federal law to contain the exact same medicine. That is not an opinion. That is the rule the Food and Drug Administration enforces every single day. And nobody told you, because the people who profit from your habit have no reason to. Think about how that works for a moment. A chemist designs a molecule, the patent eventually expires. The law then guarantees that any company can make that exact molecule, and that it must perform the same way inside your body. So why does one bottle still cost 4 times the other? You are about to find out, and the answer has nothing to do with the medicine itself. This video is 14 brand name products that only people who do not know the truth still pay full price for. Each one has a cheaper version that is either identical, made in the same factory, or proven by independent testing to do the same job. And the real reason the markup exists is never the reason you think. Welcome to the channel. If you have not subscribed yet, hit subscribe and the bell. This is where we dig up the things the people selling to you would rather keep buried. Number 1. Over-the-counter pain relievers. You reach for the famous red and blue box. The active ingredient is ibuprofen, 200 milligrams, the store brand right beside it. Also ibuprofen, also 200 milligrams. This is not a coincidence, and it is not a gamble. The Food and Drug Administration requires every generic to be bioequivalent to the brand. Same active ingredient, same strength, same dosage form, same route into your body, working at the same rate and to the same extent. The $3 pill and the $12 pill deliver the identical molecule to your bloodstream. The only difference is the name on the box and the commercials that name paid for. Number 2, allergy medicine, the famous brand for 24-hour relief. The active ingredient is loratadine, or cetirizine, or fexofenadine. The store brand beside it lists the same active ingredient at the same milligram strength, same federal rule, same molecule. You pay for the spring television campaign, every box, forever. Now stop for a second, because here's the pattern that connects all 14. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. A huge share of store brand goods are made in the same factory, on the same line, by the same company that makes the famous brand. Sometimes the store brand and the name brand are literally the same product in different packaging. This is the documented business model of private label manufacturing. Recent surveys found that when shoppers saw store brand and name brand products side by side, around 72% could not tell which was the store brand. I have put the full breakdown together in one place. The survival research, the complete file the brands hope you never open. Which exact products share a factory? Which medicines are required by law to match? The real markup on bottled water that one investigation measured. And the household items where the cheap version actually tested better than the famous one. It is all in the suppressed file. Step by step, scan the QR code on your screen or hit the first link in the description and get it now. Because here is what the brands are counting on. They know you are busy. They know you will not stand in the aisle reading the fine print on 2 boxes while a line forms behind you. The entire premium price depends on you trusting the logo instead of reading the label. That trust is the product they are actually selling. The molecule inside is just along for the ride, and they are betting their whole margin on you never noticing. And if you have made it this far, you already see the system more clearly than almost everyone walking through that store. Subscribe and share this with someone who keeps overpaying without knowing it. The link to the full file is in the description. Now stay with me, because the next one is sitting in your refrigerator right now. Number 3, bottled water. You pay for the mountain on the label. You imagine a spring, a glacier, something pure and far away. 2 of the biggest bottled water brands in America are purified municipal tap water. The companies have admitted it. After public pressure, one of them changed its label to spell out public water source. 3 small letters that quietly tell you the truth you already paid to ignore. One Consumer Reports analysis of utility billing records found the markup on that bottled tap water could reach around 133 times the cost of the municipal water going in. Think about that number. You are not buying a spring. You are buying a bottle, a label, and a feeling of purity the water itself never earned. Number 4, premium gasoline. The pump offers you regular, mid-grade, and premium, and something in your gut says the expensive one must be better for the engine. So you tell yourself you are taking care of your car. For the overwhelming majority of cars, it is a waste of money. Premium fuel has the same energy content as regular. The higher octane only matters if your owner manual uses the word required. If it says recommended or says nothing at all, regular is fine, and your engine gains nothing from the upgrade except a lighter wallet. Now here is the trick that fools even careful people. What actually protects your engine is the detergent additive package, and that comes from buying any top-tier rated fuel, not from buying premium octane. The marketing deliberately blurred those 2 ideas into one They are not the same thing. You can get the cleaning benefit at the cheapest octane the station sells. Number 5, batteries. You grab the famous copper top because the cartoon mascot and 40 years of commercials taught you the cheap ones die fast. Here is the part they left out. Independent testing has repeatedly found that one major warehouse club store brand of alkaline battery is manufactured by the very company that makes the famous premium brand. Same maker, same chemistry, a fraction of the price per cell. But I am going to be straight with you, because this channel does not deal in fairy tales. The lesson is not that all generics are equal. Battery quality genuinely varies, and some cheap cells are junk. The lesson is that the famous label is not a guarantee of anything, and sometimes the budget option is the exact same battery rolling off the exact same line. Number 6, spices. The famous tin of paprika or garlic powder costs 3 or 4 times the price of the same spice in the international aisle, or the bulk bin a few feet away. It is the same dried plant, often the same country of origin, often the same importer. You're paying for a metal tin and a familiar logo, not for one molecule of better flavor. Number 7, cleaning sprays. The brand name disinfecting spray and the store brand beside it frequently list the identical active ingredient at the identical concentration. The active ingredient is the only thing doing the cleaning. Everything else is fragrance, dye, and a bottle sculpted to look more powerful than the cheaper one sitting right next to it. You're paying for the shape of the bottle. Number 8, trash bags. The premium brand sells you strength and the fear of a bag splitting open on your kitchen floor. But independent product testing has repeatedly found store brand bags that match or beat the famous name on tear resistance and puncture resistance for a fraction of the price. The famous brand is selling you a feeling of reliability that the laboratory does not always confirm. Number 9, vitamins and supplements. The premium bottle and the store brand bottle list the same compound at the same dosage. The entire supplement aisle runs on perceived prestige, not on any required difference in what is inside the capsule, so save the money. Or better yet, ask a doctor whether you even need the supplement at all before you spend $1 on either version. Number 10, sunscreen. The active ingredients in sunscreen are regulated. A store brand at the same SPF with the same active ingredients gives you the same protection against the same sun. The premium brand sells you a lighter texture, a nicer scent, and a prettier bottle. The ultraviolet radiation hitting your skin does not care about any of those 3 things. Number 11, bleach. Bleach is sodium hypochlorite. The store brand and the famous brand at the same concentration are chemically the same liquid pouring out of 2 different jugs. There is no premium version of a simple chemical compound. There is only a premium label wrapped around identical chemistry. Number 12, hydrogen peroxide and rubbing alcohol. The same molecule sits in every brown bottle and every clear bottle on that shelf at the same percentage, no matter whose name is on the front. You are choosing between identical chemistry and identical chemistry. One of them just costs more because of the font on the label. Number 13, acetaminophen and antacids. The fever reducer in the famous bottle and the fever reducer in the store bottle are the same regulated active ingredient at the same strength, held to the same bioequivalence rule as everything else in the pharmacy. The chalky antacid tablet is calcium carbonate either way. The brand is selling you a color and a jingle. Number 14, bread, milk, and the basic groceries. This is the one people fight about in the comments, so here is the honest version, not the clickbait version. Sometimes the store brand rolls off the same line as the name brand. Sometimes it genuinely does not, and the recipes really do differ. The point was never that every single thing is identical. The point is that you have been trained your whole life to assume the famous label is automatically better, and that untested assumption is exactly what you have been overpaying for, aisle after aisle, year after year. Now, let me be honest about the limits of all this, because that honesty is the entire point of this channel. Not every generic equals every brand. Battery quality varies by where it is made. Some spring waters really are spring water from a real spring. A handful of extended release medications behave a little differently than their brand version, and a good pharmacist can flag exactly which ones. This is not a rule that the cheap thing is always better. Anyone who tells you that is selling you something too. The rule is simpler and harder to swallow. The famous name is not proof of quality, it is a marketing expense. And that expense is built directly into the price you hand over at the register. The brand spends a fortune to make you feel safe, and then it quietly bills you for the feeling, one purchase at a time, for the rest of your life. If this opened your eyes, subscribe and share it with someone still paying full price. Every share is one more person who stops paying the tax on their own ignorance. So here's the choice, and it is yours alone. You can keep paying the brand tax out of pure habit, handing over 400% for a molecule the law itself says is identical. Or you can turn the box over, read the active ingredient, compare it to the cheaper one beside it, and keep that money in your own pocket where it always belonged. The companies are going to keep running the commercials. The familiar boxes are going to keep sitting at eye level on the most expensive shelf in the store. The cartoon mascots are going to keep smiling. None of that is ever going to stop. The only thing that can change today is whether you keep falling for it. The information was always printed right there on the back of every box. They just made very sure you would never turn it over and read it. Now you will, and once you start reading labels, you cannot stop. The next file we open is even heavier than this one, because the most expensive lie in that store is not on any single shelf. It is the habit of never looking. Break that one habit, and the whole game quietly falls apart in your favor, starting with your very next trip down that aisle.